Pull the girls, pull the girls, pull the girls I might take home. Pull the girls, pull the girls, pull the girls I might take home. Pull the girls, pull the girls, pull the girls I might take home.
I don't need them headphones. My levels are good. So, anyway, I'm about to load up this Dyson Alexander mocap I did the other day after like kind of watching his videos more, his Instagram more, and like it's pretty cool like to be able to like part of my process, if you don't know, has always been like trying to embody the characters that I'm working with creating. So it's like being able to act and direct and then do all the technical nerd stuff all kind of at the same time. It's pretty I don't know, it's pretty fun, man. It's what I've been doing forever. So here's the last one I imported, and I was able to put on this character that you see here, and it came out pretty good. So this is an example, except this is for another character named Young Greedy from Dallas, Texas, man. Shout out to Dallas. So with this one, you see I got his motion capture here. I still have to redo his tattoo or do his tattoos, and that's like more of a 3D painting texturing process, but I was able to get the motions, and again I did the same thing with him. I watched a lot of his videos and kind of got a feel for his movements, but also like a lot of it's my interpretation. I feel like that's a big part of it that kind of makes my videos have whatever unique qualities they have. And it hasn't always been me doing the motion capture, but for most of the time it has been. For my earlier stuff like Piggy Bank, it was not. I had actually a guy for Piggy Bank. That's a whole other story, and I'm gonna tell that in another video about how Piggy Bank was made. But it was a guy actually from Queens that was kind of an intern at the office. You know what I'm saying? A good dude named La. One of my first friends at the G Unit office. We hit it off real cool early in the beginning, man. Good dude. So again, we're going to import the animation movements for Dyson, and here we go. So we're going to use the Mixamo skin. We're not over so y'all can see it. Import options. So here you're going to associate it with, not Mixamo, my God, Rokoko, and this one right here, this Rokoko, right? And import all TO. So this if you're using a Rokoko, like there's a setting where it won't import it the right way because of the way the frame counts are and all that. Just got to use, for me I had to use T0 as ref pose, and there's this other thing where you snap to closest frame boundary, because for some reason when you import it, it just has like a different frame rate or whatever, like by a fraction, like a tiny decimal point or whatever, but that snaps it and it seems to take care of the problem. So I'm gonna import that motion. Let's look at it. Here it comes in there. I'm gonna import both of them so I have them both to work with, and hopefully by the end of this session I will have the character of Dyson Alexander rapping with or moving with this newest motion, and then also I'm gonna wire in the facial motion capture that I did on that as well, and you get a whole performance. So from there I could lay it out. I could do a real-time capture through OBS for something quicker, for a preview for them, or if like depending on the budget point, if it's just more of a real-time export, that's what they have, if that's what they have budgeted, then we'll do it that way. But by having the assets, then I can set it up for higher resolution rendering, using the path tracer or using a number of different ways to render, not in real time from Unreal, but to get a very high quality piece. So cool. These are usual warnings. They, in my experience, they don't mean much. So now I have take two, which is, I'm gonna go ahead and rename it this time to Dyson, or just add Dyson. Dyson NASCAR, because that way it won't be hard to find if I'm looking for it. So now I got the motion here. So let's go into this mannequin first, and I gotta retarget it, and then we're gonna put it. I think I have to actually rebuild his character, but yeah, it's looking pretty cool. So Yeah, some really, pretty cool. Yep, pretty cool rap motions here. And again, they match more of the cool swag that I saw from Dyson, man. This guy's, young energy, man. And like, everybody moves different through the generations, and I hope I captured it, in a cool way. A lot of it's gonna be in the camera angle, and you won't see this much continuous motion in the edit. You might see like 3-4 seconds, but then I could slow it down to ultra slow motion and get more of a cinematic, Hype Williams type feel to it, which is definitely part of the goal. So yeah, so this is the first step, getting the motion in and seeing it flow. Okay, so we got that. Now what I'm gonna do is go here and I want to retarget this motion to my main figure that I use to do a lot of my real-time controller based animation, and also my applying my motion capture library. They're all pretty much targeted to the same skeleton structure. So again, this is part of my move from 3D Studio Max to Unreal, because one thing that kept me in 3D Studio Max forever was the biped system. And with the biped system, you could save your motion libraries, and you could really reuse them, mix them. You can mix motions like audio producers or video editors mix video. You can mix motions, so I could be go from one emotion to the next, or I could layer two emotions or put a bunch of emotions in a row and then take out the legs and then make him running while he's emoting. Like all these type of things are how it's not necessarily traditional keyframe animation that like a lot of these kind of larger studios use. You have to be as a solo animator, you look for ways to be efficient and ways to make the audience happy but still get the shit done. Pardon me. So anyway, we're retargeting here, and this is something took a while to learn. I remember my guys that used Motion Builder, and I forgot what it was called even before Motion Builder, but that was the beginning of the retargeting era, and like I really didn't know anything about that until a few years ago. Like, but really they were trying to push it to me like way early in the game, and again I was stuck on biped, and I hit some walls. I'll be honest, man. While I was working with 50 Cent, I was trying to do a lot of animated stuff at a high volume, and I hit some walls trying to, you couldn't find that many animators. So if I wanted to animate, I had to do a lot of stuff on my own, but thanks to the internet, though, I was never lost without information, So right now we're retargeting, and we just did it that quick. That was real time. I didn't speed that up, but like now we can see that this is my mannequin from the, what am I using, advanced locomotion setup, which is a free setup that you can use to control a character in third person, and basically do like mini, your own type of game setups, and then record that, and then that's what I do a lot of times to make these videos now, as opposed to and with in addition to traditional animation techniques. So now I have this scene. This is an older version of Dyson though, but let's pull this scene up, because now that I have this motion saved, and I'm gonna save everything here. Gotta save a lot. So we'll close that earlier version of it, close Young Greedy, and now I'm gonna open up this scene where I had a very early, much earlier version of Dyson in here, but I like how the car is sitting there, and I just want to start with something simple that that doesn't have a whole lot of assets in it, because I have scenes with him like in a whole cityscape, standing on a building, all kinds of stuff, driving cars, and those are all cool, but they take up a lot more resources, and especially while I'm recording, I'm trying to okay, now here's where having two windows helps a lot, but I'm gonna see if I can stick the sequencer at the bottom here, if it'll let me do it, and we'll see how that works. Yeah, because y'all don't need a full screen of the action, right? Alright, so sequencer's there. Now I have to open that actual, what I'm doing wrong is I didn't open the actual level for that one. So let's open that map, which is in the demo map, and that's opening now right here behind this window. Actually, I could put this OBS right here. Yeah, it's better. So I don't keep looking up. So it's loading. I guess it's got a lot of stuff to load, more than I thought, I guess. But so phone check. Shout out to everybody on Instagram. I really should just be live streaming this on Instagram, and I will soon. This is just a warm up practice or whatever. But yeah. So dropping this in. Boom, 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 boom. Hey. All right. So now what do we got? All right. So we got that loaded up, and I think it might have ate up my sequencer. I might have to open it again. It's still preparing the animations and loading stuff, so we're waiting. Where did my mouse go? Still here. All right. Sorry. Had to do the 3-finger salute real quick. I'm getting impatient, but I think my mouse was right in here. I just couldn't see it because getting old, y'all. No, I'm not. Always stretch, y'all. Always stretch. Stretch and check your posture, man. If you're slumping, check yourself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta give your organs a nice scaffolding to hold them up. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so here we go. Now, oh yeah, check that out. You got me in here. That's pretty cool, right? You know? What I'm about to do is open up that sequence I just had here, which is this one. So it's like basically a setup of the characters. I don't know if it doesn't seem like this is even set up to work the right way. So this is a new Dyson anyway. He's in here. It looks like he's not set up the right way, so we're gonna set him up the right way. I have to change his actual mode. Okay, it's on custom mode. So all I gotta do now is load up. I put a track for him, for the character that is, which would be character mesh 0. Again, this is the specific setup. It's gonna, this is not something that's built into Unreal in this format. This is part of my kind of cinematic workflow that's built off of Advanced Locomotion V4, but maybe I'll show you how I put that together, and at some point in the video. That'd be cool, because I do need to hire some folks. So the more people that know how to do this stuff, the better. Alright, so anyway, what you see me pulling up here is my library of animation. So since I named it correctly, here's my Dyson animation, and now he's loaded up, and that's me actually pressing the button to press start on the song, and that's the song starting right there. See the hand movement? That's me clicking the mouse. So I'm gonna kill everything up to that point and then move it back to the front, and I should have motion that matches with the music. Let's see. Then again, though, I might have. We'll see. Let me add the music here, and audio track. My dog. That's me and the dog, and I'm about to let him out real quick and take a pause on this and come right back to y'all. Here's the audio. Alright, let's hide me, because he don't belong in there right now. Let's hide him real quick, and let's play. Alright, obviously we need more frames, so I'm gonna go 1800, which at 30 frames a second is 1 minute. 1800 frames. I gotta fix his neck. Now I think, but this is actually not Dyson on this part of the record. But even when I have them both in here, let me turn it down a little bit. So I gotta retarget or put a IK rig to tilt his head down a little bit more. So there's just some adjustments that need to be made, but overall I'm pretty happy with getting the motion in there. And look, so that's to me that's actually Dyson's part right there, and I see he's about maybe a second and a half behind, but no. So okay, let me undo that. But so this is, I forgot his collaborators. I gotta look it on the production docs, but I see through it all. So he's a little behind by about 1 second. Let's see through it all. Okay, a little bit behind. It's a little bit behind. And again, I gotta adjust the position of his head, so his head is tilted too far back. So now he should go right into his wrap right here with some energy. Yep. Okay, that's Dom. So he's still a little bit behind. Let's move it back another 30 frames. Yep. Okay, a little bit, still a little bit behind. I'm gonna go that much. That's 0.25. Yep, it looks good. All right, I can't take it with his head tilted back though. I have to fix it. It's driving me crazy, and I'm gonna fix it real quick. FK control rig, and then you change the control rig to additive, and then what you have is your character, but you can add a key to whatever. So for here, we're going to choose which bones to animate, get rid of all of them, and we want just the main ones. But for right now, we only want the head control because the head is tilted too far back. All right, hit OK, and then hey, wait a minute, it's not supposed to show all these. Okay, I didn't save it for whatever. Maybe I hit cancel too quickly. I'll have to go to the replay. But head controls right here. Hit OK. There we go. So now I can just tilt this head down where it belongs. I'm going to change this to local. Tilt it down. And there we go. Now what also we don't have happening, which I need, this is hair moving dynamically, but I have to set a key. Make sure you set a key, or whatever you do is just not going to happen. So I set a key for everything. It's a weird habit. It's probably wrong, but it's just how I do it. Alright, so I push this forward a little bit. Now his head's probably going to tilt a little too much, but I can play around with the curve if I need to. But again, this is just kind of roughing it in there. See, now he's tilted too far down, at least in the start. That's too far. So I'm going to go back to the spot and just adjust that key a little bit and tilt it up a little more like that. And I think that should be a good general fix. So it's about, a little bit over exaggerated motion, a little bit, you know what I'm saying, more. And I found too that the clavicles are too far back when the animation comes in. So there's some fixes I need to do to the animation as well to give the character kind of like the posture that I want and the swag that I want. But this is a good start though, it's a good start. So yeah, this is Dyson's part right here. So again, we're gonna do some dynamic camera work and cinematography. So his head's tilted too far down. I'm just gonna fix that one more time. Too far down, and then I have a setup where the neck isn't actually, because it needs to be animated at the head and using the neck of the base character instead, and it's not set up that way, but it will be. So again, these are fixes that you kind of couldn't do in this order before, but now you can, so it's kind of cool. I think this is good because like we're matching where the hand position is too. And this is animation in the mocap based world too, like where you have to do a lot of keying on top of the actual data or cleaning the data or whatever else. And remember, like, you know, this is a I guess Gen Z or I think Gen Z, maybe Gen Alpha, but Gen Z, like, you know, they have a different swag. A lot of times they're looking down, they checking out their shoes, they letting you just check out the fit without making a lot of eye contact. It's a different swag, a different style, you know what I mean? So you gotta be conscious of like the different, you know, the different things, like the different aspects of it. But now I can make, you know, a cinematic camera, and then, you know, could start to like compose, you know, something dope. I could you know, check the focus, bring it in, you know, I could put a shake on it. Let's put a shake on it. You know, so these are things that bring things to life, you know. So now it looks more like my character's in the studio filming him as opposed to just being a computer animation or whatever. It's starting to give you a feel, you know what I mean? Next thing I'll do is, you know, start messing with the lights, you know what I'm saying? Pardon me. Start messing with the lights and giving it some more cinematic feel. So, you know. And to me, this looks good. I mean, this is, you know, this is a good start, and it's further along than I was, you know, just an hour ago. So thank y'all for, you know, hanging out with me while I put this together. You know, come back for the next one. Shout out to Dyson. Shout out to Frankie Alexander. You know, this is Broadway all day. And thanks for coming to my channel. Make sure you hit like, hit subscribe. Way more to come. I'm going to get organized. And yeah, man. Been a pleasure showing y'all a small part of what I do. And that's that. I'm going to see y'all in a minute.